This is Vicky Thakur, and today it's going to be a very great day. Not because that something great has happened, but because the sun is shining bright upon us. And today I'm here with LPC's very own talk show and with a very prominent personality. My guest today is a very prominent personality of LPC, one of the most important pillars of this education hub, and that is none other than our Senior Vice Principal, Sir Amal Kal. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the Work Talk Show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
So, sir, how long has it been here in LPC?
It has been, I suppose, more than 3 decades that I am associated with this organization.
Okay, so if I ask you to put it your journey in 2-3 sentences.
Yeah, to begin with, there have been phases in education. When I joined 33 years back, things were a little different, children were different, the teachers were different. Different in the sense their approach was different.
Okay.
After a period of 10-15 years, 10 years I would say, things started changing. That became a little different. People adapted to all those systems and they went on with that kind of education. The time when laptops started coming and computers started coming and things started becoming digital. That was somewhere around 15-20 years back.
Okay.
Things started changing. Then, if you talk of now, the entire scenario of education has changed. Now it's completely digital. And now you see, with this COVID coming and all, things have changed drastically. Now people have gone virtual, people have gone online, children are there at home, since the last 2.5 years during pandemic. We have switched over to online education. In between we had hybrid classes also. So things have changed.
We have come a long way, sir.
Yeah, that's a long journey. But then the very basics have not changed. And will not change. They will remain same.
Shouldn't change.
Yeah. The very motive of education, to make a person literate in its real sense. That is the sole objective of the Collegiate. That when a child joins the organization, when he comes as a tiny tot, joins some lower class, nursery, KG1, and as he grows up to be a responsible and matured individual. We focus on this kind of a development, holistic development. An individual grows up to be a responsible individual, responsible towards his family, towards the country, towards everything, towards the environment.
Yes.
So we focus on that, and we also focus on self-learning.
Okay, self-learning.
As much as possible, the child should not be forced to learn something. That is something very temporary. Forced learning is something very temporary. We try to develop interest in the children so that they take up to the subject themselves and then they go ahead. So that becomes something permanent in him, owned by him. It is his, way of learning, the way he has learned. And then he takes it up in the way he likes it the best. And as a result of which, he is able to give the best out of that education.
Correct.
Okay?
Yes. So sir, as you said, literate in real sense. What do you mean by that? When you say literate in real sense?
Literate in real sense. It is not only the bookish education that children have.
Okay.
It's not just learning subjects like history, civics, geography, sciences. That's a part of it. The other most important part is when an individual, a child grows up and learns to do the right thing at the right place in a given situation.
Yes.
So that the child, in given situations, he acts and he does not react. There is no place of reaction. The child in a given situation understands the situation, has the capability of understanding the situation, and thereby takes action to convert that situation to his advantage or to her advantage. So this is what is, our motive is to make grown up and responsible individuals who know how to take proper decisions under given situations, under given circumstances,
Leadership skills.
and develop leadership skills, of course. Because we give them situations, we put them in situations. These children, we put them in situations and they go ahead to do things on their own. In the process, what happens, they come across so many other situations they have to tackle. Out of that, they learn. When I did this, this happened, and when I did that, that happened. So, out of that experience, they are able to learn what is right, what is wrong under certain given situations. Because in every situation, everything is not right,
Yeah.
and in all situations, everything is not wrong.
Yeah.
So, it depends in which situation, what is it that you have done.
Correct.
So choosing that, one has to have a developed intellect.
Development.
Once that is there, then the children are able to act responsibly and be successful in life as well.
Okay. Now, sir, moving to the next question. Next question. That the little bit that, sir, I know about you, that you're very techno-savvy. Your love for gadgets is known by everyone. It's quite famous. So, what is your take on this new online thing from last 1 year which has been going on around?
See, now this has become the need of the day. You don't have an option.
Yeah.
The online classes, because of the online classes, things are continuing. The subjects are being taught by the teachers' classes. There was no other way. When it was lockdown, everything came to a standstill. People started wondering how and what.
And what was your nature, sir, when you realized that okay, we are going online? Like, was it exciting or like?
Yeah, it was nice. It is good, and in the online classes, it has its own advantages also.
Okay.
It has both advantages and disadvantages. So let's talk about the advantages because we are going on with this.
Yeah.
So there are lots of things which otherwise in a classroom situation you have so many children sitting there in a class, say 30-35 children sitting there in a class. Somebody doing something else. You have to focus on that and you have to focus on your teaching. Here at least you have them online and you are focused on what you are teaching. One, that you are interacting one-on-one. Secondly, you can use so many, virtual images, pictures, videos, because when audio-visual gives initially a temporary and then a permanent system of learning.
Yes. Makes it.
You see a movie once, you remember it for 20 years. Even after 20 years, you will be able to call back on scene by scene what has happened.
Yes. Correct.
A similar thing happens here. When you show the audio visual and you interact both, the children are able to grasp more quickly and in a better way. So that makes the difference, So they are able to perform in a much better way.
Okay.
And then they are in the safety of their homes. Like they are not coming out. That's a very big advantage. And they are able, like the teachers are able to teach them, the children are able to attend the classes. So as of now, number one, there is no option. We have this option which is going on, and we should make the best utilization of the available resources.
Now, sir, talking about education, though you have already spoken a lot about that education that we impart in LPC, but one more thing I would like to our viewers to know actually, that what is the difference that we, like what we have in LPC and the other.
Yeah, I get it. So, in our system of education, in our school, what we focus on children on situational learning, experiential learning. We give them situations inside the classroom, in co-curricular activities, in the field, in subjects, in topics. We give them situations. And we ask them in this given situation how and what you are going to do. So it is not more of the teacher, it is more of the child who is getting engaged in that process and thereby he is learning. We focus on this. So we engage children in the subject matter. We give them the topic, we give them the subject matter, we give them a situation and we look for the outcome. So when the children engage into things, and they learn it. So they are able to tell us if this is done this way, this will have this kind of result, and if the same thing is done in another way, it will have a different kind of result. So you know what happens? The child not only learns by experience, he grows by experience. So there is a difference. Though not that we are avoiding any bookish learning, whatever there in the book, we are doing the same thing. But we want them to learn on their own, with passion and not with stress.
Not by stress.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a stressless learning, and it's a learning by doing.
Learning. Very well said then. With this, we come to the end of this edition of the talk show, and I hope the viewers are going to gain a lot out of all this, whatever sir has said just now. And that's all we have for today, and we'll see you in the next show.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
sir.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful being a part of the talk show. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you.